Space for lunch?
The first ever Lexus RX plug-in hybrid. Electric for short trips, gas for long. It really is both.
Are the holidays big at your house?
Good, because we're offering you some huge Black Friday discounts.
The more furniture you buy, the more you save.
Your guests would love a new mattress.
Everyone will admire your new sofa.
And your family will feast on your new dining room.
And all month long, save $100 when you spend $1,000. Save $200 when you spend $2,000.
The more you buy, the more you save. How cool is that?
Can you get huge Black Friday savings at Weinberger's Furniture?
Yes, you can.
November 20th. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
You can see a lot of lighting. Your cars are out there actually hydroplaning. I mean, it's a dangerous situation.
Magical Cert Christmas.
Coming to the Columbia County Performing Arts Center Monday, November 20th. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
You can see a lot of lighting. Your cars are out there actually hydroplaning. I mean, it's a dangerous situation.
Mama?
She's on her way, bud.
Hey, hon. Nasty out there.
Yeah, I'm glad you're home.
Stay safe.
I will. Tell them to save me some.
When others head in, we head out. Dominion Energy. Introducing the First Alert Radar Network. First just got faster.
With up to 10 times the resolution of other local radars and technology that can pinpoint right down to your street.
The First Alert Radar Network. First just got faster. The First Alert team, named best in Georgia. Live from Augusta, you're watching News 12 at 6 o'clock.
Tonight, we continue our story on a deadly disconnect after two lawsuits shed light on the death of a 51-year-old father. Now, his family is speaking out.
I haven't been able to watch everything. It's very painful.
And tonight, for the first time, we're hearing from the family of that inmate with mental health issues who died in a hospital after dropping 77 pounds in 5 months in the Bamberg jail.
Just the other day, we told you his family filed a lawsuit against Bamberg County claiming grossly negligent treatment of their loved one. It claims in 5 months he wasted away in jail despite being ordered to go to a psychiatric hospital.
Hallie Turner live in our newsroom this evening with what the family has to say about all this. Hallie?
As you can imagine, they're struggling to find words to even express the pain they feel. And for the first time, they're speaking out about their frustrations.
Pictured here is Alan Thibodeau and his 3 brothers, gathering around their father's medical bed just before his passing in 2021. But little did the brothers know, the next time they would all be together, Alan would be the one in the hospital.
When we did get to the hospital and the family did see him in that state, it didn't look like him. The weight that he lost, you've seen pictures and even some of the stuff that you've seen, up close and personal when you're seeing all the marks and all the bones and the shallow eyes. This isn't our brother.
Alan suffered from schizophrenia and bipolar disorder.
As you'll find out from almost anybody who has some form of schizophrenia, that they'll fight taking the medicine, or they'll take the medicine and they feel good and they stop taking it. And then they start to slowly go back into psychosis, and it makes it very difficult at that time.
When Alan got off track in 2022, his brothers found out he was in jail for a burglary charge several states away from Virginia, where they live. But the brothers say even though Alan was behind bars, they made sure to communicate his needs.
We did let them know he cannot go long periods of time without his medication. He's a diabetic. He's got antipsychotic medication. He needs that. It was obvious to them that he needed the medication.
We were on the phone with his public defender regularly. It wasn't like we were leaving Alan hanging. We all knew what was going on. And we were told he was okay, that he was happy, that he was eating. We were not given the impression that, or we had no idea that things had gotten that bad.
This was Alan on the inside. The lawsuit states he never got his meds, nor was he transferred to the psych hospital.
It pissed us off. To understand that he could have been treated in a different way to save his health and his life, and that they were responsible. We want them accountable for that.
Accountable for their brother's life, because they firmly believe he would still be here had he gotten the care he needed sooner.
And now their mission is to make sure other families don't find themselves facing the same cycle and the same loss. just really hard to see those images. Can't imagine what it's like for family members to watch their brother in that state.
Difficult story to tell. Hallie, thanks for shining more light on it for us. To weather now in McHale.
And Friday coming up.
It was a shootout on Anderson Avenue in Thompson, and the GBI says a 13-year-old is in critical condition right now after being shot in the head. All of this unfolding last night. Sydney Hood, live for us in Thompson. Sydney, what do we know about this investigation so far?
It's still an active investigation. There are still some pieces investigators are trying to figure out, but no one is more shocked right now than the neighbors and the local businesses around Anderson Avenue. Whenever that call came in around 6:30 last night, most of these folks were inside eating dinner, or a lot of them were just getting off work and were outside walking to their cars. One local business owner told me last night whenever he got off work, he was outside walking to his car whenever he heard about 20 gunshots back to back, and there were still bits and pieces of crime tape that were up earlier this evening whenever we were out here around these houses, and the GBI says that they pretty much had to block off all of Anderson Avenue last night. They believe the gunshots came from multiple houses and multiple people, and we know that 13-year-old is still in the ICU right now. Investigators still haven't given word on suspect or possible suspects, but of course we will continue to follow this.
Sydney Hood in Thompson for us tonight. Sydney, thank you.
Developing tonight, a Fort Eisenhower spokesperson says there was a, quote, family member fatality on post. Right now, the Army Criminal Investigation Division is looking into it. Details like a date or time or what even happened are sealed shut for now, but Army investigators say it is active, and when more information is able to be released, we'll be sure to let you know.
New tonight, a 32-year-old man pleading guilty to the 2019 shooting death of a 2-year-old, Josiah Pollard. District Attorney Jared Williams says the decision comes 2 days after the start of a trial for this convicted felon, Marquis Gunter. The shooting of little Josiah Pollard happened at a home on Meadowbrook Drive just 10 days after the victim's mother gave birth to Gunter's son. Williams said in court today when the mother refused to lend him her van, he got mad, said if he couldn't drive it, nobody could. Then he shot the van 10 times as the victim's mother ran inside the home for safety. While she was on the phone with 911, Gunter kicked in the door and fired an 11th shot, which ricocheted and hit that 2-year-old child. Today, he was sentenced to life in prison plus 10 years, waiving his right to an appeal. Meanwhile, one couple re-indicted after the death of their daughter. Back in March of 2018, the body of Latanya Carwell was found in a shallow grave behind a home on Golden Camp Road. It came after she went missing for over a year. And today in court, prosecutors say after reviewing evidence, they believe Tanya and Leon Tripp were the cause of her death and disappearance. Back in 2022, lawyers alleged the Tripps used a hitman to kill Janelle at least 3 times. Leon Tripp was originally charged with malice murder, among other offenses, while Tanya Tripp was charged with second-degree murder.
Today marks 1 year since the death of the youngest elected member of the Richmond County Board of Education, Tyreek Robinson. Robinson, who had high hopes and an optimistic outlook for local schools, died by suicide. The Cross Creek alum had a powerful impact within the school system and anyone he met before his passing. Augusta commissioners are moving the start date up for their new inmate medical care provider, Vital Core Health Strategies. Contracts were slated to start in the new year, but the current provider, WellPath, could be checking out sooner than expected. As News 12's Craig Allison explains, as one problem moves out, another could be coming in.
A unanimous vote.
Right now, WellPath is dropping the ball on a lot of our services, and so we're needing to get them in at least a month earlier.
Our I-team exposed 2 deaths under WellPath's care, but the new provider might not be much of an improvement. Our sister station in Charleston, South Carolina, whose county made the exact same switch in providers, reports Vital Core has more than 24 federal lawsuits across several states. So how'd they make it through the process? Augusta considered 6 different providers, including WellPath and Vital Core. The evaluation ranked each on a point system across 10 categories, including experience and references. From there, candidates were interviewed. The questions that came up the most: financial stability and cost.
I myself don't worry about their reputations. I just worry about what they're going to do when they're here. It's always going to be staffing for me. I can't run this facility without medical care. Just can't. So staffing is my #1 concern with medical personnel being here.
With low staffing and an overflowing inmate population, hopefully Vital Core's extra hands can provide some help. In Augusta, Craig Allison on your side.
And we've reached out to Vital Core Health Strategies for an interview, and they've yet to respond.
It is time to get into the giving spirit. Today, the Salvation Army kicking off their Red Kettle campaign. It's back again, and this morning they hosted this donor breakfast for about 200 people who gave the first donations of this holiday season. During the event, they also highlighted all the good work the organization was able to do over the last year, with more than 2,000 night stays for families in need, more than 160 people placed in stable housing, and the thousands of meal distributions. They're also celebrating the start of the Angel Tree campaign. If you want to help out with that this holiday season, head to our website, and remember, your donations stay local.
A community staple getting ready to close, and now longtime customers are reliving some of their fond memories.
This is a landmark. This is a tradition that we don't have anymore.
Coming up on News 12 at 6 o'clock, we sit down at Ruth's Family Restaurant before their doors close for good.
We are tracking the chance for a few showers the next few days, but by the weekend, a much improved forecast. We'll talk about those details coming up next.
Time and temp.
Off in those 70s and then upper 60s for your Sunday. Rainfall chances do come back Monday into Tuesday, though, so be prepared for that.
Thanks, Miguel. A community staple getting ready for their final days. Ruth's Family Restaurant closing up in December.
Since news broke, the community has flooded their Facebook with goodbyes and fond memories. Our Nick Veland talked to some who are cherishing these final weeks.
The atmosphere, the service, and especially the food is what kept customers coming back to Ruth's. But now longtime patrons are saying goodbye. It's the most important meal of the day.
Food, getting something to eat, hell yeah.
And the good old grits. And I love my scrambled eggs.
People come in for all-day breakfast at Ruth's.
I know I smell pancakes. I know I smell bacon.
Which always comes with a side of Southern hospitality.
Homely type feeling. When you walk through the doors, it just makes you feel like you're at home. It makes you feel like you're part of a family.
When you leave Ruth's, you could have a new friend.
He was coming by himself and I was coming by myself. And so we just started eating together and we became very best friends. Then another gentleman that ate by himself, we said, come on over here and eat with us. So the three of us ate together for probably 20 years every morning.
Woody Mary is a regular, going on 40 years.
This was my office. When I first got started in the financial services industry, my office was in Savannah. So I had to be at Ruth's at 8 o'clock in the morning. That's how my day started.
This hidden gem is always on his mind, but not for much longer. The restaurant announced it will be closing their doors at the end of the year, and the family who owns it is retiring.
Oh my God, it'd be a gap that can't be filled.
But he'll always remember what Ruth's means to him and everyone else who saw a second home in the red and white sign.
This is a landmark. This is a tradition that we don't have anymore. You know, my kids grew up coming here to Ruth's and eat when they were little kids, and now my grandchildren are coming here to Ruth's to eat, and it's been a great experience for everybody.
And Ruth's last day will be December 30th. The customer says they're going to keep on coming back for more before it's too late. And Martinez, Nick Veland, on your side.
I'm hungry, I'm nostalgic, all at the same time.
I know, so many good meals there, and they will certainly be missed.
Hopefully someone will swoop in and buy that place.
It sounds like they've got quite a loyal customer base.
Make a lot of people happy if they did. We're back with more.
Accidents true.
This Thanksgiving, community organizations are getting ready to feed more people in need than ever.
It takes a lot of work to pull off a Thanksgiving meal this big, and Taylor Martin has a look at those preps.
It's the season of giving and the season of impact.
Volunteers come to make an impact on the homeless and the poor, and the homeless and the poor make a greater impact on the volunteers.
As they prepare to serve families in need, leaders with the Bridge Ministry say they're happy to be ending their time as a nonprofit the same way they started.
Serving a hot meal, ministering the gospel, supplying everything that we could to make the homeless community feel loved and more comfortable.
It's the same energy being felt across the CSRA as multiple organizations prepare to give back for Thanksgiving.
So down here is a lot of preparation that goes to it. We do at least between 40 to 60 turkeys, because that day we usually do between 300 to 400 trays.
Golden Harvest, Feast in the Streets, Heart to Heart Prescription Assistance Program, and local churches are all hosting dinners before or on Thanksgiving.
We will see our numbers will go up because the kids will be out. And on Thanksgiving Day, because we always serve a Thanksgiving meal, our numbers are always between the 300 and 400.
And they're all encouraging people to come out.
Please come and join us on our last Saturday. We're going to have a great celebration.
Reporting in Augusta, Taylor Martin on your side.
Remember, a lot of good people work behind the scenes, do a lot of work over a lot of hours to make that happen.
A lot to get all of that coordinated, and we already have a list of events up on the website. If you're looking for a warm meal, you can find it at wrdw.com.
On your sideline, celebrating 30 years with Richard Rogers. Happy 30th anniversary, Richard. The McRib is back.
As we head towards the weekend, though, a much improved forecast in mid-70s by Saturday.
Mikhail, thanks very much. Our next live update comes at 7 o'clock on NBC 26.
Then we're back with more News 12 tonight at 11. We'll see you then.
At the CBS Evening News, we focus on solutions, finding solutions to help people understand what are the right choices to make for you and your family.
Don't ignore the